She said that American soccer fans, most of them aren't smart. They don't know the game. They don't understand.
Gio.
That guy gazpacho.
Important to take a lame gorilla, okay?
Right, did you know that Arsenal died?
He's got me buzzing.
Up the Toffees. It's hard to up them anyway.
I'm not even gonna comment on that.
Welcome into Footy with the boys.
The boys.
We're missing one of the boys.
Boy down.
He's in a better place, really. He's driving back for the holiday here, but that's okay. We don't need him. We're well equipped. Just
Hell
us
yeah.
two.
Hell yeah.
We don't need him. We don't even
want him here.
Well, he did try and join from the road. That
Sounded
audio would have been awful. So we're doing you guys a favor. If you could do us a favor, subscribe. We're 7 away
Hell
from
yeah.
250 right now. Let's get there. Want to make sure we're prevalent before the World Cup comes up, because the U.S. looks like we're a fucking wagon, Nick.
Wagoon.
Pochettino has the boys cooking. We'll get into a little Yanks abroad, ask some burning questions about the U.S. men's national team, then do a little bit of a recap and segment on the U.S. men's national team. Who's on the bubble, who's locked themselves into the roster, and who's out for us. Also, the World Cup draw is coming up. What would be the best and worst case scenarios for what our group could be? Then, of course, we'll get to the Premier League roundup, Arsenal Alley, Toffee Talk. As you can see, a big day for the Toffees against Manchester United. We'll talk about our parlay on the pitch. And boys, we're nearly profitable. We're nearly profitable. Get in,
We're alive.
And then we'll do a little blind rankings to close us out. But let's start a little Yanks abroad. Nick Pulisic back for Milan. Wasn't in for the camp for this one to stay healthy. Comes back in a huge game for Milan. A huge game in Serie A in general. It's insanely tight at the top of the table right now.
Oh, yeah.
Roma still at the top, but Milan now in second after winning 1-0 versus Inter.
Who scored?
It's always Christian Pulisic in big games for Milan. This is his third goal against Inter Milan in just 3 years of being there.
And Inter's been good.
And Inter's been the best in Italy for really that amount of time. Pulisic, 48 goals and assists in his 3 years in Serie A. Only person who has the same amount is Lautaro Martinez.
Stud.
Everybody else, he has more than. I mean, Pulisic has been arguably the best player in Serie A since he's been there. The injuries this season has maybe made it so he is tied with Lautaro instead of just straight up most goals and assists. So,
I mean, he comes off the bench a lot too, but
yeah, I mean, So Pulisic, bona fide star, still going. Love to see that. Malik Tillman, a goal and assist for Bayer Leverkusen.
on his way to certified star.
On his way to certified star. He's doing this in the Bundesliga now when he was ripping up the Eredivisie.
We appreciated it,
Yeah, you love it, but it's the Eredivisie. The attacking there is the main thing. Defending's not a big focus, and some of those lower level teams or whatever. Him doing it in the Bundesliga, big deal, Malik Tillman. And God, the embarrassment of riches we have now with Pulisic, Gio, Malik, Diego Luna put in a good shift.
Well, let's not say Diego Luna's an embarrassment of riches.
When it came off the tongue, I felt that
I'd
maybe
rather
I
you
was
say
stretching.
Kevin, honestly.
We'll talk about Kevin here. Weah almost decapitated a goalkeeper this weekend. Played well, right back position, little right wing back from Marseille. They're only 2 points behind PSG and Ligue 1. Weah got a goal. I think it was like 5-1 win. So they were
Still a banger
onslaught,
though.
but
Yeah.
also created another goal. So goal adjacent crosses is also a good thing for Weah here.
Hockey assist.
And honestly, we need a wing back type. We need wing back depth because it's really just Dest, Anthony Jedi, and Arston right now.
It does
that
feel
play
like
those
that's where
roles.
Weah's going to fit in, right?
I mean, he has to. He's not like
I don't know
10,
where
he's
else,
like a
yeah.
striker. So, and I think he's a great fit there because he's playing right back. He's getting more sound defensively. That role you don't need to be insanely good defensively. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, depending on the opponent, he might start over Des. Hot take.
I mean, I think you could 100% see like Dest on the left and Weah on the right because once again, Jedi did not play this weekend. That injury is getting still obviously far away from the World Cup, but it's getting more worrying the longer it goes on. Especially
he's
the
fine.
injury.
He's fine.
Nokai Banks starts for Augsburg, gets the clean sheet. Chris Richards starts for Crystal Palace, gets a clean sheet. Chris Richards, a lot more of a consistent performer. Banks, not the most clean game for him. Obviously, still a clean sheet and got a really good rating on FootMob, but performance itself slightly more shaky. But Joe Scally, also one of these center back options now, was in some team of the weeks. Mönchengladbach got another win against Heidenheim. Gio Reyna comes in 17 minutes off the bench. Doesn't create in terms of assist, but starts the move that creates a goal and then create another chance later. A good performance off the bench for him. It's 5 straight performances or 5 straight appearances for Gio Reyna off the bench.
It's got to start.
The further they get away from the bottom of the table, certainly that makes a lot more sense. If you're in a scrap and relegation, Gio Reyna is not exactly your scrap type player. Who's create more chances?
You just got to play though. I mean, what are we doing?
But
you got to win points whether
games.
You're last or first.
5 straight games off injury. I think that's a positive sign, and obviously parlaying that US form into something with Mönchengladbach of creating some chances, and certainly I think that will grow. Like you did say, Kevin Sullivan came off the bench in a playoff game.
I was joking.
For Philadelphia Union. I know, but he came off the bench in a playoff game where they're down 1-0. They don't end up coming back, but Kevin Sullivan creates one chance, and then I will say he looked like a freshly turned 16-year-old in an MLS playoff game.
Child.
He was trying, I think, things that work at the MLS next level and U17 level, not in the pro level. Could have kept things a little bit more simple, but still,
they're down 5. Good for him. Try it. Be the same player you are.
Getting minutes in the MLS playoffs is kind of wild for a 16-year-old. We'll see what he does here in the summer with probably going to Man City to train or something, and then who knows. Let's get into the game. Obviously, the U.S. a huge amount of momentum. Next camp's going to be in March, so this one kind of needed to be good vibes to carry over here. It was great vibes.
It was good vibes.
It was ridiculous. They came out with the lineup, and I said, what the fuck, boys? I texted in our group chat. I said, guys, 9 changes. What the fuck? The only people in the lineup that were saying were Serginho Dest and Matt Freese. And fuck, it worked. It worked. They immediately were going up. Early goals left and right. A random bicycle kick by Uruguay to get 1 goal back at the end of the half.
Sick bicycle.
Didn't even end at that. U.S. got a second half goal as well. They continued their dominance. 5-1 win against Bielsa's Uruguay. Nick, what did this change anything of your thoughts on the U.S. or Pochettino? Because I know we said win versus Paraguay, you wanted at least 1 point out of this window. Win versus Paraguay, obviously got that done. You said it doesn't change too much. And I said, does a win against Uruguay change anything? You said not really. But then a 5-1 win, a dominating win, does that change a little bit more than you thought? Or you're like, oh, fuck, that, you know what? Shit, that does do something for me.
It's tough to say no, right? Like it's
a 5-1 win.
A 5-1 win feels like a pretty versus a not full strength Uruguay, to be fair, but a strong Uruguay. I'll say it wasn't like their C team out there. I would say it was probably half of their A team at least. So
just no Fede, no
Yeah,
Darwin, and
those are some big pieces, but
yeah.
I don't think Nandez didn't play either, right? He's a good player. So look, regardless, Uruguay is a deeper talent pool than we have, and so we were obviously missing big guys too. To come out in a 5-1 against a more talented team, I would argue a better coach team, a better team to win 5-1. I think it's kind of flipping some of those scripts right there, flipping some of that narrative, and yeah, I think it's impressive, and I don't know if it changes my projections for what happens in the upcoming World Cup, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But it definitely gives me more hope that we can play underdogs when against a team that, again, is a better team than we are. Uruguay should go farther than the United States does in this World Cup if all things are equal. To beat them in a very clearly underdog kind of mentality, boys scrapping, boys were playing hard and scoring goals. Making the most of their chances, clearly. Yeah. I know there was a couple of wonder goals in there. Don't get me wrong. But 5 wonder goals is not what happened in this game. And even if it is, that also tells you something. So, yeah, I think it definitely gives you more hope if you're a U.S. fan. It gives me more hope. A little bit more confidence in Poch. I have very much been the only true Poch out guy in this pod, I think.
I appreciate you clarifying that.
I don't think I am anymore. I think it's pretty tough to be. I mean, realistically, it was never going to happen anyways, but maybe he had a method to his madness. I disagreed with a lot of his decisions to get here, but I mean, clearly a 5-1 win, and also not downplaying that Paraguay win, which was a good win too.
Massive win.
Yeah, so, I mean, huge. That's huge. Gives us more hope, and hopefully they can parlay it into something more.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, when was the last time we had a win like this? Because we talked about Berhalter. You really didn't have a signature win at any point. Really, it was
like beating Mexico
in the World Cup. Yeah, beating Mexico, which is
at this point not Mexico a signature
was in
win.
The mud and
kind
of have been in the mud, other than like a brief blip when the U.S. was more in the mud. There hasn't really been anything. Got absolutely schmacked by Colombia. Had a draw against Brazil that was like, oh my god. The biggest things were draws.
It's a bad Brazil.
And a big thing that even Berhalter made is he got too reliant on his regulars. And when we didn't have those regulars, we kind of just got absolutely shit on. And it was like, yeah, well, we don't have our A team. That's not been a thing for Pochettino. He's kind of chosen whoever he wants, not just the regulars. And now it's showing that we're not entirely reliant on those regulars. I mean, probably 6 starters that
superstar Pulisic not there.
Exactly, and you don't have Jedi, you don't have Chris Richards there, you don't have Weston McKennie there, you don't have Weah, we talked about potentially being one of those starting outside backs. I mean, there's a good amount of players that just aren't there, and we have probably the best result we've had in years now. A 5-1 win against Uruguay that has, I mean, Ugarte and Bentancur as their starting midfield, and they got essentially 0 possession on us. They were not creating anything.
Overwhelmed.
It's crazy with Sebastian Berhalter and Aiden Morris as the pivot. I mean, the system is working with the players. I think the players now understand. You can see it a little bit more that there is a little bit more fluidity of how they know that they can move, and it's working. It's creating chances. Players are looking a lot better in this. Now, when we're saying these things about we don't even have the regular players there, Pochettino, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. Lo siento. Because he got upset, Nick.
I've not heard this.
Did not watch the post-game. Bielsa afterwards did say, we can't let the U.S. C team or bench players beat our A team or beat our best players. Pochettino would have hated that. Because Pochettino was asking this game, hey, how impressive is this that you do this without, your regular players, a lot of players out in this one? Very upset at that. Says there are no regular players. What are you saying? These are all the U.S. players. There needs to be respect, which he's made clear that he wants it to be. Whoever's here is the U.S. men's national team. There's not a team, B team, non-regular players he's calling in. Next question. Somewhere around those same lines of how important was it that you rotated 9 people in this game? Got this type of performance. Doesn't like that question. Very upset that he's talking about.
It's pretty crazy to do that one back to back.
Yeah. I mean, they were asking.
Read the room.
They weren't asking in wow, you did this with bench players at our ass. It was so much they were heeding his previous comments about this. He went on a full rant about it's so disrespectful. These are regular players. Whoever's playing here is the U.S. men's national team. There's no, they shouldn't be here. Other players, whatever. It's whoever's here is that team. Then I think it's Stephen Goff. This one's just funny. Asked hey, for that free kick, completely getting away from the thing. He goes, is that something you guys work on in training, or is that something they come up in the moment? And he goes, no, they just come up with it in the moment. No, we don't ever work on it. Caught the most big ass stray for no damn reason.
That's pretty all time.
But do you think it's the fact that he has that confidence? If I just beat Uruguay 5-1, I'm gonna get my point across that I've been saying for a year, and everybody's been calling me a dumbass, putting so much pressure on me. Is that, or is this just Pochettino just getting upset that it is just a constant question?
I hope it's not that, because that's not what I want from my manager of listening to what the media says. I hope I mean, he knows obviously what's going on in the media. He's not stupid or
Yeah.
blind, and I mean, he gets asked questions, and much has been negative in the past year. But I hope it's just him having his players back, and honestly, more than that, I hope it's him committing to his philosophy. And we're gonna find out a lot. We're gonna talk about bubbles, roster locks, and all these things here in a second, and it's pretty murky in my head, honestly. So we're gonna find out a lot if he actually means what he's talking about in these next couple of camps, and especially obviously for the World Cup roster. Because I think there's a chance some big names are going to be left off.
I do think there is. But also at that, I have more faith that there's going to be big names left off, and I'm going to be really upset about something. But I also have more faith in this team after this window.
I have more faith in Sebastian Berhalter. I never thought I'd say that.
5 results unbeaten against World Cup opponents. That is ridiculous to think.
Also, credit to the Federation for even scheduling these games, by the way. We've also shit on the Federation a lot before.
And now we have Germany for the send-off game in Chicago.
Hell yeah.
Details of that have not been.
Footy with the boys will be there.
We will.
That detail we know, baby.
That we know, whatever it is. I mean, Portugal, Belgium also confirmed as opponents.
Yeah.
They're scheduling these games, and the U.S. can seriously build some momentum and find out a lot about themselves. Obviously, we want that to be with, a lot of the players that we consider the better players. Pochettino, please, if you listen to this pod, we don't mean any harm. But we will get into a U.S. player.
Oh, we don't practice anything.
A little stock up, stock down. We'll see where they're on and where their stock is looking. If they're a blue chip lock, if they're 50-50, on the bubble, who knows? It's going to come down to their club form entirely. And who's just out for us, Nick? We'll go one of each here. Start with your lock here. What do you think? Who's locked up a spot on this roster that isn't named Christian Pulisic?
I think not only has he locked up a spot, he might just have locked up a starting job, and I think it's Matt Freese. I don't know who else he's shown a lot of confidence in, and I mean, Poch has gone back to him over and over again, and this is the easiest spot for him to prove his philosophy to be true, right? The names, if you can even call them that we've had for a while. I mean, it's not like they've been doing anything that great either for their clubs or for the national team. And so I think it's an easy move for him to come in, and he's clearly chosen Freese as the guy. Obviously, there's a couple other locks that we could really say, but if you told me a year ago Matt Freese is a lock to make the World Cup, I would have laughed in your face. And now I think he might be a lock to start. So I'm bringing Matt Freese if I'm Poch.
Wow. I think he's lock adjacent. I don't know if I'd say that, but I like the argument.
Who are they bringing? I mean,
that's the thing is I don't
look at his
know.
faith.
I think roster actually, not starting lock.
I think
roster lock. I think it's
for sure coming, and I feel pretty good that he's starting.
Yeah.
That's Palmer's Matt Freese, by the way. Didn't Palmer put him in his World Cup starting 11 in the summer?
He did, yeah. Hell, said, I don't know about that. And God damn it, Palmer, you know fucking ball, dude.
I went Zach Steffen. Let me tell you, that's not happening.
Fuck it, who knows? He comes out of the blue.
Yeah, fucking maybe. But I'm telling you, I think not only is he going to the World Cup, but I think he's starting.
All right. I think lock for me, Tim Ream, man. I think unfortunately there's just not other center backs in this pool, is there, Nick?
I mean, he's going to go for sure.
He's going to go for sure, and I think he is almost just a lock for starting too.
Who's more of a lock to start, Freese or Ream?
I think Freese, but I think also
Ream is I think it's pretty split there. Yeah, I think their odds are like 80% to start.
You have Chris Richards, and he's great.
Joe Scally.
He's going to start, but then you have just kind of it's what are we going to do with the other two positions? We've done right backs like the Joe Scally and Freeman experience at right center back, and we're defending in a 4-4-2 against Uruguay, and that worked out great. And you have that ability to shift around when you do put somebody like that there and defend more pacey wingers when Sergiño Dest is inevitably going for a runabout up front.
Yep.
But also, you need other center backs to be playing a 3 center back system. And I mean, McKenzie maybe.
Austin he's not.
Maybe.
All those guys are barely bubble guys.
That's the thing is I think those are so bubble, and I think he has so much trust in Tim Ream, not just for his ability, but just and Tim Ream looks good. Unless he gets something read completely wrong and has to be physically like up against somebody, he kind of wins a lot of the challenges that we need to. Is good on the ball.
I hate that narrative. I don't think he's good on the ball.
He's better on the ball than our other center back.
I mean, he can
options.
play a pass when he has zero pressure on him. Then he's good on the ball.
Yeah, but that's the thing is the other options don't do that as well. I just don't know who else can push him out. Nokai Banks is younger and still needs, I think, some reps. He'll get those. He's going to be starting for Augsburg for the rest of the season. But like, I don't know. I think he's locked himself in.
I don't hate it.
And I think even just veteran leadership, even if somebody comes up and he's not a starter,
I think he comes no matter
roster.
what. You're right. He's a lock. Pause. He doesn't come no matter what.
He comes all across America. Let's go with Bubble. Who's somebody that this camp, one camp left, you think is, 50-50. Who knows if they're going to be on the roster or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. I'm sure you have the same too, but I think it's Yunus Musa. It's getting crowded in that midfield quickly. And Poch has not picked him very frequently, nor has he played well when picked. So I still believe him to be probably a 3 to 4 most talented center mid, holding mid-ish, 6 to 8 around there kind of player in this national team pool. But if he's not going to get minutes, if he's clearly out of favor with the coach, talent can only get you so far. And I'll put him on the bubble, and I think he's closer to being out than in.
I think that's true, and I think it's probably the saddest of all the bubble ones because
I love
does
Musa.
have such a crazy amount of talent, and I'd love to see him on it, but I can't think of really one positive for his case. Right now, everything is going negative for him. He's not really playing at Atalanta. Wasn't playing at Milan, so it's not like, just cancel that loan and go back there and get some minutes. I don't know what he does about his club situation there. But then also, national team, you go into a 3-back system and takes out one of those center mids.
Yep.
He's not really a holding mid. He's not really an attacking mid. You could say
And Poch,
maybe he plays that outside role because he played it a bit with Poch in a different type of system of outside. But you have Dest, you have Wea, you have Anthony Jedi Robinson, you have players that fit that role a little bit better than him. It gets hard to fit him into a roster at this point.
I think the worst part too is that Poch liked him early. Like coming into it, I think he liked the profile, and then all of a sudden to just go cold like this, I think shows like he
really
saw
doesn't like
it and he was like, "Yikes! I don't want that." Better as a viewer than he is up close. So he's in a tough spot for sure.
Very tough spot. That break for Gold Cup this summer, I think he's gonna look back and he said he doesn't regret it. I don't think you can say publicly, I really regret that. That was awful. And
I think you can, and maybe you should say that if you're trying to make this roster.
But, oh, man, Yunus Musa, everything is not looking good for him. My bubble player, and I think it's a better position than Yunus Musa, it's Sebastian Berhalter, which, once again, the reason he's on a bubble is that midfield has so many names right now in it, and because he's called in 71 players in the last year, lots of players to compete with. And he has a Tyler Adams going against. He has Tanner Tessman. He has Yunus Musa. He has Weston McKennie. He has
Aiden Morris.
Aiden Morris was with him. He has so many names they're included in this. But he's had good showings just about every time with the U.S. He obviously this time had his best showing.
Yeah.
He got goal
This is recency bias.
But in the Gold Cup, he was one of those players that was like, okay, you know what? He's one of the more standing out players because of his delivery.
I don't know, dude. That last game, he did not look great.
No, but overall, of the other players, he has looked pretty good. And his delivery on set pieces has been insane. He's gone crazy returns on those. Obviously, that free kick in the Uruguay game is just amazing. But, I mean, I don't know. Do you bring somebody solely because they're an insanely hard worker and very good at dead ball situations?
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can. Do we have room? I don't know. We barely have players. So I think there's room. I personally wouldn't bring him, but if you told me Poch did, I'd believe you for sure. Would
you be upset of Sebastian Berhalter taking a spot?
I don't know if I'd be upset, but I think it's a pretty easy scapegoat the second things go bad. So,
we're already used to the Berhalter out.
Yeah, I mean, So I don't know if I'd be upset. I'd understand it at the very least. I'd be more curious to see who gets left out to be upset. So, So I get it. I do think he's a profile that Poch likes. I think he's a player, quite frankly, that Poch likes. And so the center mid spot, if you told me he starts a game over like someone like Weston McKennie, I think I'd believe you, which is pretty crazy. But again, Poch kind of instilling that philosophy he's been talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's a competitive landscape. 71 players we've seen. Obviously, some of them are out for sure, and we've known that. But
Zawadzki.
Who's one that's been, a little bit closer to being a bubble player, but you just think out?
I mean, we've been done with this for a while, and this answer is going to surprise no one for me, but the Cameron Carter-Vickers experience has to be over.
I mean, I think injury-wise, he's
Is he done?
ruled out.
Oh, is he for the entire year?
Achilles injury has taken him out of this entire season. So.
Well, then I feel very good about my Cameron Carter-Vickers prediction of that.
That one might be good.
Yeah, no. Then, I don't know. Who else would be really 100% out? That's kind of the thing with Poch. Who would be 100% out? I think I'm hoping a guy like Christian Roldan is not fully in, but he clearly likes him, and he's clearly played.
Has a higher chance than we like.
Yeah, I think so too. So that's honestly kind of might be the toughest question there of who is fully out. What do you think?
I think, and I don't know. I just think this is for me and what I've seen, and I'd imagine Poch sees it too. But Aiden Morris, the last two camps, has not looked great. And I think he kept him in this game a little bit longer than Sebastian Berhalter just to see a little bit more. And it just hasn't been great. And obviously in a 5-1 win, you're not going to look awful. But throughout the camp, it's hard to make an argument that many people's stock went down.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only person you can is Aiden Morris. I don't think he really helped in any type of way. And like we've been saying, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the midfield is just... It's so hard to get into that midfield right now. There's only two real spots of midfielders. The rest are kind of just attacking players in general. And he's not close to that top, amount.
I don't hate that. Yeah, I'd still say he's pretty firmly in the bubble, but he might be like the first guy cut. So I think that's fair.
I just don't see with everybody healthy him getting another shot to prove something different. And I think these last two camps he's proved that he's not at the level of the other guys. But I mean, maybe for Middlesbrough, he goes crazy and makes another TikTok with Sebastian Berhalter after World Cup. If you've not seen their TikTok, don't watch it. Actually,
congratulations for not seeing it.
don't. The Middlesbrough fans found that on Twitter, and we're going crazy over that shit.
Yikes.
Sebastian Berhalter asked about it after their win over LAFC and Heung-min Son. All the heroics he had wasn't enough against Sebastian Berhalter, the star. Was asked about, you going to make a TikTok about this? And he's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's rough.
Which is, I think that the only reaction you're going to have to, you in your academy days at probably like 14, 15, making a TikTok and getting resurfaced here. I was going to do the World Cup draw. Coming up December 5th, I believe. The U.S. has plenty of potential options here, some a lot better than others. We are a pot 1 team. If you don't know how the draw works, there are 4 pots. They're categorized by the best teams down to the worst teams so that you get somewhat of even groupings. Since the U.S., Mexico, and Canada are host, we are all in pot 1. Pot 1 being the best, pot 4 being the worst. Nick, we're in pot 1, so that means we avoid Mexico, Canada. We also avoid Spain, Argentina, France, England, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. I'm happy about that.
Good teams to avoid.
Pot 2, who do you really want to avoid? Who would you be okay with seeing here?
I mean, if I'm a U.S. fan, I'd try to avoid Colombia. I mean, they are so nasty right now, and we've seen that game play out before, not to USA's favor. As a Colombian fan, I would love to see this game. I think it'd be a very fun game to tune in for and a very fun vibe amongst the footy with the boys. But I would definitely look to avoid Colombia. I mean, obviously Croatia, you want to avoid them, but honestly, I think Colombia's the best team in that pot.
That's what I think Colombia's the best. I think Morocco we've lost them at every fucking level except the
Just
senior
boogeyman.
level at this point.
Yeah.
Let's not see them. Odds are we are going to see them based off of everything else, like the
Yeah.
U17 World Cup, U20 World Cup, the Olympics. Saw them in all those. Got knocked out in the. Maybe we won't see them in the group because we'll need to get knocked out by them.
Yep.
But wouldn't want to see them. Uruguay, don't want to see them either. I think
I'd be fine playing Uruguay. I wouldn't want to see Switzerland over Uruguay. I'd be
you'd
more
rather see
scared. I'd be
Uruguay than
more
Switzerland?
scared of Switzerland than Uruguay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I just have too much respect for
I don't
Granit
want to see
Xhaka.
Senegal do to NDI.
Nah.
Fucking cook us. He's insane. He's the best player in the world. I'd be okay with.
Yeah, who do you
Just
want to
about-
see?
I mean, if I could choose,
If you could choose.
I think you got to go Australia, which is obviously the bottom of pot 2, so it might be somewhat obvious.
No, that's pot. Is
Them
that
or
pot 3?
Iran?
Australia's pot 3.
Australia's pot 2, no?
Oh, I see him at pot 3. I have a different post then.
Oh, well, that's not great. This is according to CBS Sports.
Pot 2 on the picture I have.
Pot 2.
All right.
But, yeah, I think Austria, you could also make a good shout that wouldn't be the worst case scenario. Realistically, pot 2, the second opponent, is going to be hard.
I also have Austria pot 3, whatever. I would say the team that you want might be Japan. Is Japan great? Is Korea great actually? Just take your chances against Sunny. I know they have Kang in too.
Play both of them, and
I understand that, but I don't know. Like Senegal?
I don't
Senegal's
think
nasty,
you necessarily want to. Yeah, Senegal. The teams I really want to avoid: Colombia, Morocco. I want to avoid Uruguay and Senegal and Croatia. I'm honestly, they're very good. Don't want to see them, but I'm not. They're not my top. They're a
Honestly,
little bit
dude,
older of a team.
do we want to see Italy maybe?
They're in
If
pot
they
4.
get in?
They're in pot 4.
Oh, dude, why do I see them in pot 2? This picture's
Bro,
crazy.
you're on the worst picture.
What if
ever.
you're in the worst picture?
No, I'm not, because I know Italy's pot 4.
Based off of your picture?
No, based off of
I don't see
coverage.
Italy in pot
Italy's
4.
in one of the UEFA playoffs, so they still have to earn their spot.
Okay.
So
makes
they're
more
technically
sense.
not even in the World Cup yet. But pot 3, we'll move over there. It's Norway, Panama, Egypt, Algeria, Scotland, Paraguay, Tunisia, the Ivory Coast, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa. I mean, the obvious one you just want to avoid is Norway. You don't want to go up against Erling Haaland.
Nah, I don't care.
That's a 1-goal handicap. You have Odegaard. You have, what's his name, Musa. You have Sorloth. I mean, you have players in Norway that you want to avoid. Everyone else, I mean, Egypt, you don't want to see Salah, but
You don't want to play Egypt, bro.
yeah, you don't want to play those teams, but
Dude, I don't want to play
Keep me
Scotland.
away from Panama, bro. They'd make it personal.
No, I want Panama.
if we saw Panama in the World Cup,
I'd
I'd
be
be
stoked.
so happy. I know, obviously, the Copa America went awful for us, and
Yeah, no,
Knock on
that's
wood
a,
by
that's
saying
a
all this,
fighting
but,
demons
like-
kind of thing. Yeah, I want them as a
But-
revenge, dude.
overall, they are
Okay.
not
All right.
to the level
All right.
of a lot of
Hey,
these teams.
I like that.
I
like
want
that.
Panama bad. If I could pick one other team in these 3 pots that we're going up against, I would pick Panama. If you can only pick one team from a pot, I would say give me Panama.
Wow, I wouldn't, but
Well, because
like
I'll take
energy.
anyone from pot 4, whatever.
Yeah, well, no, pot 4 is where it gets actually kind of fucked up.
I mean, I know
feel like.
Qatar is kind of nice, but is that it?
Uzbekistan, I'd take. South Africa, I'd take. I think.
Ghana's been good in the past, but are they even good right now?
I mean, pot 4. So let's go to pot 4. Pot 4 is Jordan, Cape Verde, Ghana, Curacao, Haiti, New Zealand, and then it's all the playoffs. So you have potential of Jamaica, Suriname, I don't fucking know some of the other African teams that are in there. But then you have teams like Denmark, Italy, Wales, Sweden. You want to really just avoid any of the UEFA playoff spots because those teams are not pot 4 teams. The pot 4 teams, other than the UEFA spots, you're probably okay with playing. If you
But
get
so
a team like
Italy, Italy can end up in pot 2 though.
they won't. They can't.
Yes, they can because it's based off of the world rankings of pots.
No, but once you're in the playoff, it just goes into that.
I don't
spot.
think that's true, dude.
The draw is December 5th to put these playoff spots in. The matches they're going to be playing for the playoff are in March. They're playing in pot 4.
the playoff is in March.
Yeah, it's the March window. That's the next
Damn.
international window. It's the only international window before the World Cup.
That sucks for them.
Yeah.
All right, I guess they are pot 4.
So, I mean, the worst case scenario is the U.S. is obviously pot 1. Second one, you get like Colombia. Pot 3, you get like Norway. And then pot 4, you get like Italy or Sweden or one of those UEFA teams and you're just absolutely fucked. Best case, you go US, maybe like Austria or Australia, and then you get like a South Africa, Panama, maybe Tunisia, and then pot 4 you get anybody really except for maybe Ghana as well as the UEFA playoff teams. If you get Jordan, if you get Curacao especially, Haiti, I mean, a lot of these teams we're asking for in CONCACAF, so you can only have one within your own confederation. Kind of handicaps the U.S. getting the easiest, but yeah, I mean that's really there's gonna be some teams you have to beat here for the U.S. Luckily, we kind of did that this window. We've kind of been doing that for the past couple windows, Nick, with beating Paraguay, beating Japan, beating Uruguay, beating Australia. I mean, tying what was it, Ecuador?
Sure.
So there's some optimism, but December 5th will be the draw where we'll know exactly who that will be unless we do get a playoff, which then we wait till March to figure out, which is what happened last time. We got Wales in the playoff. Could have played Ukraine, but instead, Gareth Bale scored a goal
Balotti
against us. Let's get into the Premier League roundup. And boy, does it make me happy to say this. Let's talk about Liverpool first. And not in a great way. They lost 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Nick, they are below Everton. They're below Tottenham. They're below Manchester United in the table.
Jeez.
It's not a case of, are they a title contender like we've talked about before? Is top 4 in danger is the question for Liverpool. Is top 4 in danger?
Now, to be very clear, they're 3 points out of top 4, being 11th in the table. But they are 3
the way
points.
They're playing.
And they are
Holy
playing
shit.
trash. Yes, top 4 is in danger, but barely. I still don't see a world this season where, oh my God, that's Brock Purdy's 3rd pick of the day. I don't see a world where they don't qualify for at least 4th place in this league. I'm just looking at the teams above them, and I have zero confidence in any of those teams that they can for sure finish strongly above a Liverpool. Aston Villa, by the way, who sneaky sucked at the start of the year, now in 4th place. Good for them.
They sneaky sucked. They just straight up sucked.
I mean, it was pretty sneaky because they're in 21 points. Maybe it's a sneaky comeback, but listen, I think they're very clearly in danger. They're in the bottom half of the table right now. I wouldn't be pushing any panic buttons just yet. Saw an amazing Bleacher Report story, said potential replacements for Arnie Schlott. It's not time for that, Bleacher Report, but thanks for providing content.
You know that's getting clicks.
No, it almost got mine. So yeah, I understand the question. I think, slow down there. They're the defending champions. They should finish top 4, but certainly at the very least feels like they're out of the title race at the moment.
This is something though. To lose 3-0
They're 11
to
points
Nottingham
off
Forest
Arsenal.
is bad. To lose 3-0 to Nottingham Forest at Anfield, I think there needs to be some alarms ringing. Obviously, I don't think you need to be slot out or think that they're not going to get Champions League quite yet. But how long does this continue before you are ringing the alarm bells? Because I felt like weeks ago I was like, they're having a slide and they'll pick it back up and they'll be fine. But man, this is a bad slide. It's kind of just continuing.
It's early in the season until you start playing teams for the second time. So they have until Christmas when the fixtures start to turn. Then I'll actually be worried about them. For now, they still get the benefit of the doubt.
All right, so Christmas, Boxing Day. That's where.
I mean, they currently
turn it on by.
have a bye in the Champions League too, right? So top 8 teams.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's Champions League. They beat Real Madrid and they're losing at Anfield to fucking not.
I'm just saying it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom.
I guess. Not all doom and gloom for Arsenal fans, as they also saw Newcastle beat Manchester City 2-1. Nick, I mean, we were talking about Arsenal and City battling it out. Newcastle's been shit this season. I think they're in 14th right now.
I believe so.
That's 14th after this win, by the way, which is awful. Newcastle has not been great. They've severely underachieved, as is a lot of teams, as we're about to say, but won this game. Now Chelsea sits in second after their win versus Burnley. City below them. Who's the bigger threat to Arsenal's lead right now? Is it City or Chelsea? Because Chelsea doesn't even have Cole Palmer in there in second right now.
It's City and it's not close. but it is a fun question. It is a fun question, and it's a bad loss by City. But again, I say it every single year, St. James is probably my second least favorite fixture in the league after Anfield, honestly. And so, I mean, it might even be my least
City
favorite.
Far too reliant on Haaland?
Yes. But if there's a guy to be too reliant on, it's that guy.
Yes,
so.
but like when he doesn't score, if he doesn't score multiple goals, it's over for them.
No, it's not over for them.
Palmer has been out, and they're moving up the
He's
table.
been out a game. Relax.
He's been out for a good amount of the season.
Yeah, and they're 7 points off top right now.
Yeah, but they're in second above City, who's had Haaland for the entire season, and he's
I get what you're saying. I understand
90% of their goals right now.
I understand people who are actually making this argument. And do I think Man City is going to win the league? No, I don't. They are too reliant on Haaland, and when he goes quiet, it's hard to win games for them. That is not the case for Arsenal. But if you're asking me who I'm more scared of in my heart of hearts, it's City, and it's not close.
I'm 100% more scared of City.
Exactly.
I think that's the thing.
Haaland
Is if
does
you
have
go deep
14
down,
goals
they just are
in 12 games.
Yeah, because he's a
14 goals
fucking machine.
He will need to continue that pace and even up that pace to catch Arsenal.
Yep.
Which he can do, unfortunately. So
Yes, he can.
that's kind of the thing with them. Let's get into Arsenal, because obviously they had the North London Derby this
Derby weekend.
Holy shit, Nick, is London red. That was not a close game.
No, it was not.
Richarlison got a random chip from about half.
I mean, to be fair, a beauty.
It was, exactly where it needed to be. So good for Richarlison. But Eze, holy shit. The hat trick for Eze, almost at a fourth in this one as well. Arsenal just absolutely shit on Spurs here. It wasn't a close game.
No, it was not.
Insane amount of levels in this one.
Yep.
Now you have Bayern and Chelsea next. We just talked about Chelsea being potentially a title contender. Bayern obviously just a wagon of a team. What's up next for Arsenal here?
Up next is two very good teams. Listen, up next is the top two teams in the Champions League and the top two teams in the Prem, according to the standings. So it is a hell of a week, but this is the one you want the most always. It's the North London Derby. It's a big deal. And at this point, it feels like child's play. We haven't lost one in like 3 years. It feels
nice
like.
Is that?
I mean,
4-1 win where somebody scores.
Can you fucking not, guy?
Listen, Eberechi Eze is he's established himself as a cult Arsenal legend in one game. No other player has ever had a Premier League hat trick in Tottenham or in the North London Derby for either side. And so to come in and do that, it's like Arshavin scoring 4 at Anfield. It's Eze scoring 3 in the North London Derby. An absolute just arrival moment for the young lad. Everyone's seen the tweet.
He's arrived.
No, dude. This
was a big arrival for Arsenal.
Ian Wright was crying talking about Eberechi Eze scoring 3 on live Sky Sports. He was crying talking about what this moment means to Eze and to Arsenal. Like, righties are our club legend, point blank. You could even say he's a better representative of Arsenal than Thierry Henry is, although obviously levels. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, righty's a GOAT, don't get me wrong, but Henry's the actual GOAT. So, I mean, it's this is his moment on it's the biggest game of his career, if you ask me. The biggest moment of his career. Over that FA Cup, even. A hat trick in North London Derby.
Especially with a World Cup coming up.
I mean, it scored in England this past break, so he's arrived, and he's a hell of a player. Going to be hard for Odegaard to get that spot back. Speaking of people coming back, Madueke and Martinelli both back on the weekend, as was Benny Blanco. But really quick, just a shout out to Leo Trossard, a guy who I don't even like. He's I really don't. Yeah. And it's so disrespectful of me because time after time after time, he comes up with big goals. That first one to not only get the touchdown, but then reorient his body and still get it in. The banger he scored that should have gotten us points against Sunderland. I mean, or all 3 points, I should say. So just an absolute hell of a player and a luxury to have an attack. We're down like we were down 4 attackers, and to have Leo Trossard there is an absolute. I mean, the luxury of luxury.
Embarrassment of riches.
Embarrassment of riches, truly. So shout out to Trossard. And yeah, I mean, 2 big ones coming up next, but just like every other Arsenal fan, I'm full of confidence. So Bayern one will be a tough one. Chelsea one at Stamford Bridge will be a tough one, but looking forward to both of them. And right now, whenever I can watch this team, it brings me joy. So excited to watch both of them.
I mean, what just a massive signing.
Shout out Hincapié, who looked amazing in replacement of Gabriel, who looks like he's going to be out a month or two. I mean, again, embarrassment of riches, but he looked amazing. And to get your first start in a North London, first Prem start in a North London derby, he didn't look out of place at all. Shout out to the boy.
Arsenal spent a shit ton of money, and it's looking amazing. It's the depth they needed, and that fixed a lot of the issues they had with the
How'd
depth.
that go for Liverpool?
Liverpool spent a shit ton of money, and they look so significantly worse. And their biggest signings aren't paying off. The biggest signings for Arsenal are paying off. Of course, you could say maybe you want
He's been
even
fine.
more, but he's been.
No.
You can't really be upset
No.
after that one.
You definitely want more, but he's been fine.
Eze's just been a star, and God, you just love to fucking see that. And I feel like you kind of knew that when that signing came. It was.
I mean, it was amazing.
Shit.
Yeah. Shout out Kai Havertz. Got injured. Got us Eze.
Amazing weekend for the boys. Because let's go to Toffee Talk. Everton at Manchester United. Manchester United were riding an unbeaten streak. You know what the Toffee said?
Until Toffees came in.
Fuck off, mate.
Said, "Oi, lads."
It was not easy. 13 minutes, not even. Let's go earlier than that. Seamus Coleman gets his first start at 37.
Shout out to Seamus Coleman, by the way.
An amazing international window for Ireland.
Mike Tracy.
Emotional.
Mike Tracy would be here singing Seamus Coleman's praises.
Yeah. 10 minutes into the game, gets injured.
Sucks.
That sucks.
Sucks
That
to be
is
40.
Not ideal for Everton.
No.
Then Ghana Gay, and you'll have to watch the clip of this. 13th minute. Upset at Michael Keane for, I guess, like not stepping to the ball. They get a chance, Man U. And
If Keane steps there, he doesn't get to the ball. Let me be very clear.
Yeah. I don't
like
think that
it
changes
looked
much.
like he backed off, but there's no way he gets to that ball. That would have been a pen at best.
Goes up. Keane pushes Ghana Gay for yelling at him. There's a push high up to the face. It hits the face. It's his own teammate. Ref comes over. Instant red card, which I just think is the dumbest thing. I understand if it's a different team and they're doing that and smack in the face. Yeah, instant red card. A red card for your own team fighting? Nick, am I wrong in saying that? I just think that's stupid.
I
Especially
honestly,
that early in a game, that affects the game so much. I don't know why a ref would want to do that.
I don't know if you're wrong. You could be right. You could be wrong. All I know is I like it. Like, I love this
it's so
move.
dumb.
Never seen it happen ever before. Would hate it if it was against my team. But what the hell are you doing there if you're Idrissa Gana Gueye? Hitting your own teammate.
And big of a deal.
And the fact that no one on Everton really came and like was too in the face of the ref about it or too anything. I think Gana Gueye, I think there might have been more than just physical contact. I think he might have been saying some shit down there. I don't know, but clearly the man needed to go sit down in the locker room and just take a break because he apologized after, realized he was being a complete idiot. Sometimes when you're in those moments, you're a professional athlete, you go overboard, and he very clearly did. Was it worth the red? No clue. I'll tell you what, though, even if it wasn't a red, Moyes better have subbed him off the second that happened anyways. So he did not deserve to complete this game after that, whether it be a red or a benching. And he deserves a suspension, to be frank.
I just don't agree. You're upset with your teammate. You lash out. It's a little bit more than what you would need. I think maybe a yellow, but like plenty of players have pushed each other's players and whatever. And
Yeah, but not slapped each other.
he didn't just open hand slap across the face. He's pushing in his hand went up to the face. I thought it was just crazy for the ref to pull that in the 13th minute.
This was not an accidental slap, brother.
No,
he
but
slapped
it
him.
was doing this. It wasn't. It wasn't like one hand.
You know what you're doing there, though.
But it's your own teammate. I don't give a fuck if it's somebody else and whatever. It's your own teammates. The 13th minute, it changes the game completely.
Apparently for the better.
And apparently it was for the better. That is where we get into the rest of the games. I do think in some ways it energized Everton.
So get this guy
to
off
be
the pitch,
fuck,
bro.
We gotta lock the fuck in. And we kind of did just lock the fuck in. Everton, I don't think, had more of the ball and more of the but they had more of the chances. It was,
Yeah.
and I think the announcers said it. They're like, Man U have the ball, but the second Everton have the ball, you feel like there's an actual threat to having the ball, and because you have a NDI on one side and a Jack Grealish on the other side, and Dewsbury Hall in the center, and all of them throughout the game were so good at keeping possession when we did have it within them. I will say most of Everton was just punching it up the fucking field towards Barry. And man, shout out to Barry. He had 13 aerial duels won.
Yeah, ran his ass
was
off.
holding the ball up like none other for us. Didn't score, but honestly, I don't think we expect that from our strikers at this point. What he did was exactly what we needed.
And you don't expect that from a 10-man striker.
And we're down. We're playing it up because a lot of times you do just need to punt it up when you're 10-man, get it out of pressure. And Pickford obviously had an amazing game, but that's
Played very well.
standard at this point. Barry just winning that amount of aerial duels, getting it down the field and allowing us to get out of pressure was massive today. And the Dewsbury Hall just down to 10 men. We had plenty of chances, honestly, created after that point. Obviously, because it was the start of the fucking game, it's 13th minute. But goes down and just curls one in.
Is that the best win of your season?
Best win of our season?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, how can you not?
I know, it feels like it has to be,
80
right?
minutes with 10 men
Yeah.
against a team that's been unbeaten.
It's at Old
for-
Trafford too,
In
right?
the 13th minute.
I mean, yeah, 13th minute for a red card and then going the rest of the way, winning 1-0 against a Big Six side that's
At Old Trafford, right?
at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
The crowd was going in on everything we were doing on first half. The accusations of time wasting by the crowd was going crazy, but we end up winning this one. I mean, that's a huge win. Huge win. We're at 18 points, tied on points with Manchester United, Liverpool, 1 point
3 points
behind
out of top four?
Bournemouth. Yeah. We're so close to one of those top positions, and I feel like we have more momentum than a lot of these teams that are in these spots, including Manchester United, who just lost to a 10-man Everton team. I mean, Nick, this is massive, no? We're above Liverpool in the table for the first time since 2015 at this stage in the season.
I mean, not only is it absolutely massive for the club, for Moyes, for Barry, for Dewsbury Hall, for Tarkowski and Keane, who played amazing after that. Not only is it amazing for all those people, it's probably even bigger for the Footy with the Boys podcast, who put their money on the line this weekend, dude. And Everton and Arsenal came through in the clutch. I've never been more ecstatic after an Everton win. What a way to break the losing streak of the parlay on the pitch. And Everton to do that down 10 men, let me tell you, they had 11 men because I was there with them too.
I mean, it didn't seem like they were at 10 men. They were outrunning Man U like crazy. And maybe that was you, Nick.
I think it was me, bro.
They did it for the boys.
They did it. They
the
really
boys.
did, dude. Didn't we like tweet them from the Footy with the Boys account? I think we might
Speaking
have.
of doing it for the boys, it was a parlay on the pitch as we chose. We wrote
That was
with-
Moyes at
wrote-
halftime. He just brought up that tweet.
We said, I think they said, hey, listen, this would be the last parlay on the pitch unless you guys
They have their
fucking win
last
this game.
unit.
We have our last unit on
They're
it.
out of
Parlay on the
money.
pitch update. Arsenal, Everton, Tino bet plus 280, 25 to win it.
Hit it.
$95. Hit that shit.
Bang.
Bang. What we have gone with for our parlay on the pitch this week, let's go on a run, why don't we? It's Villa at home against Wolves and City at home against
Leicester.
Leeds.
Or Leeds.
And it's minus 114, 25 to win, I believe 44 or something like that. I'm feeling confident here. We've hit one in a row.
Bro, I
Let's
did
make
not
it two.
realize how bad Wolves was.
Wolves
They have 2 points. They haven't won.
2 points.
That is insane.
It's insane how bad they are.
I mean, if there's one thing that can help them, it's us betting on them. But we're a bit on a hot
Dude,
streak now, so you can't get on a winning streak until you win the first one, and we just won our first one. So
We're essentially back to square one.
we're back to square one. I mean, we rode with the boys. That's what this podcast does. We rode with Arsenal and Everton, and now it's time to go back to the locks because there's no way this one doesn't hit. So ride along with the boys tonight like we did this past weekend. Minus 114 is crazy. This should be like minus 300 for Villa and City both to win at home. Two top four sides at home.
Two top four sides against two teams that are in the relegation zone, or Leeds might be one
I
outside.
hate
but
everything coming out of your mouth.
Shut
bro.
up, Bonner.
I know
Every single
knocking on wood nonstop.
Nope, don't
But
even need it.
Please,
We're on a hot streak.
no. Let's get into
Oh
what
my
will
God.
close the show with a little blind ranking. Nick, you are going to list off. You know what? I'll just let you explain it.
Yeah, all right. I got 5 players. We're gonna do a little blind ranking on these players being number 1 being the most important to the USMNT this upcoming World Cup. So I'll give you random names. You will not know who comes next, and you will try to place them on the correct spot on the list. Are you ready?
Yes, and
Flex,
Producer P
flex.
is joining me.
Producer
with this.
P is also
His
playing.
ball knowledge is incredible.
Flex,
Yup.
the most important thing here is, has he included Christian Pulisic?
That literally as he's explaining it, that's what I was thinking. If he doesn't include Christian
Yeah.
Pulisic, we'll look like dumbasses
Does
with Christian
he or does
Ronaldo
he
being the
not
last name
have-
or something.
Well, listen, there's I didn't try to put anything crazy in there, but there is a lot of players all of a sudden that we don't really know their spots on the team. So I think this will be a good little barometer for how
Right.
Poch is doing. So we will start with your first guy. You will rank them 1 through 5. Producer P, you are welcome to play as well. Your first name is one Weston McKennie. Where do you rank him on the most important players for this U.S. men's national team?
5.
What the fuck? Who do you think is going to be named after this? I feel like 3, 2, 3. I'll let you choose between 2 and 3.
At 3 at the highest.
Weston McKennie? Okay, 3, I guess.
3
for Weston McKennie.
Do you want to elaborate why?
I mean, I feel like he's
I think there's gotta
very
be more
important to that
important
midfield. And he's playing...
Is he our best midfielder on talent? Unless you count Gio.
If you're counting it, Gio, I think he has more talent, a higher ceiling. But right now, Weston McKennie's probably playing the best of... he's arguably the best of our midfielders. He's playing for Spalletti. He's played every minute except for 5 under Spalletti and playing very well. Playing in kind of the same role as he'd be playing with the U.S. under
Okay.
Vlahovic. So,
All right.
it's pretty important.
So 3?
I think Tyler Adams and Chris Richards are both more important.
Chris Richards isn't... Well, yeah, I get. But we don't know if they're going to be listed here.
All
You
right.
can
So
give
we're
us a-
locking in 3?
We'll lock in 3, but I don't feel good about it. I want that on record.
Okay. Weston McKennie, 3 on this list. Over to your second name. 1 Diego Luna.
5. 4. Maybe he gives us somebody who's kind of shit. But like Diego Luna, I think if he's not able to play, we have so many other options in his position that like.
Getting rid of the 5 is scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I can do it. I think we have to go
He's
for it.
gonna
Putting
throw
him
out
at 5 we'd have some dumbass choice.
You guys have no faith in me. So is it 4?
Yeah, I say 4.
I say 4. I think 4.
I like Luna. I like
I like
watching
Luna.
play.
I just think it's a crowded
He's
room.
got them big balls, bro.
He does have big balls.
No, he doesn't, dude. Poch just said that once.
Bro, he kept playing and got an assist.
Yeah, and he meant it.
Love that.
All right. Diego Luna at 4 then. Your next name is 1 Ricardo Pepi.
Ah,
I think he might. Oh God, he might be 5.
you gotta put him 5. Yeah, you gotta put him
I
5.
think we have to. He's been injured this whole
You
time.
think Luna's more important than Pepi?
No, but I can't
at
put
this
him at
point,
2 or 1.
yes.
Because Balogun, you have
When's the
Balogun.
last time Pepe did
Haji.
anything for the USMNT?
Dude, you're talking to a certified Pepi hater. I mean, no.
Yeah, I think.
I'm with you on this one.
Fuck, but then what if he gives us somebody shit, and then we have to put him at 2 or 1?
Yeah,
put Pepe
everything
at
from here
2?
is terrifying, bro.
Do we put Pepe at 2 and leave 5 open? I know he's gonna try and fuck us with something.
No, dude, I'm not putting Pepe at 2.
But what
Are
if
you kidding
Balogun's
me?
not firing? Then I guess we have Haji and Sajur. Oh man.
I'd rather have Haji than Pepe.
At this point right now, yeah, but like I want to say I feel like 2 is the safer option.
2 is not the safer option. Are you serious?
But then that means the next person is either have to be 1 or 2.
Think about how many people you would put in front of Pepe.
You think how many people you put below him, buddy?
Just wait till I hear this Sean Zawadzki.
I think we have to go 2. We
Terrifying, bro.
need an option below and above. We need a worst and a best of the last 2. I think we
Nah,
go
dude,
2.
He's not that cruel. He's not that cruel.
All right, fine. Then fuck it. We're gonna put it 5, and if this looks awful, I'm blaming it completely on you.
Is that locked in? Are we 5?
Yeah, we'll lock it. We'll lock it. Pepe at 5, and I'm
I
not
can
feeling
see the
confident about it.
joy in his eyes, bro.
This is just a fun conversation, dude. This is why I love doing a blind ranking. Your fourth name is Yunus Musa.
See, he's not good. He would have been fine. Oh, I mean, 2. He's not 1. So, yeah, 2 for Yunus.
Yeah, 2.
Your last name is Tanner Tessman.
He could be really important. I think he has a decent case for starting next
To recap.
He could be starting next to Tyler Adams. That's not the word.
To recap.
The 5 most important players on the USMNT.
The
roster.
5 most important USMNT players going into this next World Cup is number 1, Tanner Tessman. Number 2, Yunus Musa. Number 3, Weston McKennie. Number 4, Diego Luna. And number 5,
You know, if
Ricardo
you flip it completely
Pepi.
around, that's actually a decent list. If you flip it all the way around,
That was a good one.
probably better, no?
Yeah, you
Is that
should
a better
have.
list? Is it better to go
No, it's not.
Pepe, Luna?
Because who's more
McKennie?
important, Tessman or what was it, Luna?
Pepe?
Yeah. No, yeah, Tessman or Pepe.
Yeah.
That's pretty close, I
There's
guess.
an argument.
But Luna's not more important than Musa, in my opinion.
No,
He might be.
I like Musa where
Has
he's
more
at.
of a role.
Well,
I,
would like
I love
at
Musa.
3.
He's just not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's not 2, but no.
if
I'd rather have Musa
if we're
than Pepe.
ranking that, it's McKennie's 1, Tessman 2,
Yeah, I'd probably go Pepe 2, Tessman 3, just for depth.
Pepe 3,
Una, then Luna.
Eunice
and Luna, yeah.
Luna.
I know Luna's closer to making this team than Eunice is, but
100%. He's in much.
but
better-
in my opinion, he's just more important to
I think if Eunice is on the roster, that's much more important than if
exactly. Yeah,
Because if Luna's firing, it's like okay, nice.
we
We also have other options that even if they're not fully firing,
If Luna's
they're
firing,
still
he's giving you
better.
a good 15 minutes. That's
if
what.
Eunice
That's what
Musa's firing, we have an insane fucking midfield.
yeah, if Yunus Musa's
We're
firing,
choosing-
if Yunus Musa's at his best, he's starting him for this national
Can I
team.
ask before we end this pod here?
I love a blind.
Where
ranking.
exactly does McKennie? Who does he displace? Is he with a Tyler Adams McKennie, and you have him kind of playing that
Yeah,
role?
I think so. I think he will.
A little bit more defensive. Do you put him out wide? Do you put him up top?
I mean, here's the actual answer. I think depending on who we play is
Yeah.
what happens to Weston McKennie. That's not my favorite answer, but I do think it's true. The interesting one is, because I think Poch sees him a little bit more as an advanced guy, but there's also Tillman and Gio there.
and he's playing as advanced guy and doing very well. At
That's what I'm
Juve, But then
saying,
you
so-
have Gio, you have Malik Tillman, you have Diego Luna.
I mean, does
you
he
have-
does he turn into a Sa? I don't know.
I don't know.
Depends who you're playing. That's my opinion.
But I think that is the case. And then Tyler Adams right now next to Tanner Tessman.
I guess, but is that a certainty?
I don't know. But that's the thing is like Tanner Tessman has given it the chance where Tyler Adams can just shoot forward and be as aggressive as he kind of needs to, and it's been working out because that press works out because he sticks back and lets Tyler Adams go up. McKennie, if you put him back there, he's not. I mean, you can tell him to sit back more, but part of McKennie's game is that he's so good at those late runs, getting into the attacking. He has good attacking qualities. So I think it'd be also somewhat of a waste of McKennie to throw him back there and tell him to be more defensive.
Especially with attacking fullbacks. I mean,
And then if you have McKennie there and he's more attacking, he's more aggressive moving up, then you tell Tyler Adams to sit back, and that's not his game either. He wants to be aggressive.
but he
moving at it.
can. He can.
So it's
Tyler can do that way more than Weston can.
The thing is, there's been so many injuries and so many things that we haven't been able to figure out because of all that. That, God damn it, we were so optimistic at the start of this pod. Now there's a lot of things that I'm like, damn, we need to figure out a lot of this, and we have one camp to do it.
No, it's still optimism because I think it's competition. It's not issues, and I think that's a
yeah.
good thing. So who knows? Maybe
Competition
McKennie
is good.
Maybe McKennie sees 30 minutes this World Cup max. I could see that being a real thing. I could see him being our most used midfielder, and I think it's a good thing to have those options. And I think that's kind of what Poch has established. So we can get into it more next time. But for now, just remember, Tanner Tessman's our most important player.
Tanner Tessman, our most important player. Nick, final thoughts here while the listeners are subscribing and commenting, doing whatever they want.
Dude, just a hell of a week, hell of a weekend. USMNT up top, Colombia firing on all cylinders as well. Arsenal, I mean, this might be the best soccer I've ever seen any one of my teams play. It might be the best ball I've ever seen any of my sports teams play. They're that good right now. So just a hell of a weekend, and looking forward to more of it. Up the Gunners.
Up the Gunners, up the Toffees. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our viewers. We are so thankful for you. I mean that genuinely, but they came off extremely sarcastic.
I'd be way more thankful if we got a little 300. Well,
let's say 250 and then I'll get to
A
300.
little Thanksgiving
I'd be
gift,
really
little birthday
thankful
present
if we
for
got
the
to a
producer
million
Pete.
subscribers.
I'd be super thankful.
I'd be so thankful. Until next time, though, stay locked in and adios.
The Arsenal is cooling and Nico just lost his voice. Mike and Flags are crying tears of joy for David Moyes. The USMNT just lost again, but there's no choice. It's ride or die until the end on Footy with the boys.